everybody. My name is Jeffrey Bateman from Equity Staff, and on behalf of Actors Equity, I'm here to welcome you to the Legacy Robe ceremony for the Broadway opening of Stephen Sondheim's Old Friend. The Legacy Robe is Broadway's greatest backstage tradition and is perpetuated by Actors Equity and the ACCA, the Advisory Committee on Chorus Affairs. This is a ceremony where we acknowledge and celebrate the incredible artistry of the people in the Broadway chorus. Now, before we get things started, the first thing I would like to do is to ask anyone who is making their Broadway debut in this show to please come join me right here. You all get it? Well, I wanted to tell you that I've had the great privilege of seeing your show a couple times, and I just wanted each of you to know that each of you brings something to the show that is individual and remarkable, that honors Mr. Sondheim, and that brings joy to the audience. And everyone that's ever performed on a Broadway stage has a very personal path to get here. And so I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for every step that you took and every challenge that you persevered through on the path that brought you to where you are right now. And on behalf of Actors Equity and the ACCA, and for every actor and every stage manager and every little kid who's ever sat in a theater and dreamed that they might be on Broadway, you just did that. So congratulations and welcome to Broadway! Now, if we can widen this back out, I'd love to lower this Legacy Robe. As you can see, I brought some of my old friends with me today, who can't wait to wish you well. As you probably know, the council and committees of Actors Equity are made up of actors and stage managers just like you, who give of their time to make sure that Actors Equity is a labor union that works for all of us. So I would love for you to meet them for just a second. If I could ask anyone here who's on council or any of Actors Equity's committees to please take a step in and tell us your name and how you serve the union.
Hi everybody, I am one of Equity's National Vice Presidents and Chair of the ACCA. My name's Al Bundonis. On behalf of President Brooke Shields, Executive Director Al Vincent Jr., the National Council, and all our paid professional staff, I want to welcome old friends and some of our new friends from across the pond to Broadway. Today we are celebrating one of Broadway's greatest backstage traditions, the Legacy Robe, which honors the chorus. Chorus is the backbone of this industry, not just here on Broadway, but across the country. And some of my old friends, your fellow members, volunteer their time to protect and strengthen the chorus contract. And they are
Diane Nicole, and Vice Chair of ACCA. My name is Joanne Wartz. I'm an Eastern Region Chorus Counselor. I am a Vice Chair of ACCA, and I want to wish all of you Merry!
Counselor. Hi, I'm Aaron Albano. I'm a member of ACCA.
And now I'd like you to meet some of the people who I consider to be the living and breathing legacy of this amazing robe. It's incredibly talented previous recipients. So if I could ask anyone who has received the robe to please take a step in and tell us your name and the show or shows for which you received the robe. Yeah. Oh, Ms. Pope.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. Happy opening night. I'm Stephanie Pope, and I received the robe for the revival of Pippin. Is that right?
Very good.
Hi,
Happy opening. My name is Rami Sandhu, and I received the Gypsy Robe.
It's okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rami Sandhu, and I received the Legacy Robe for Bombay Dreams and for Mary Poppins.
Hi, I'm Gina Lamparella, and I received the robe for Gypsy, starring the one and only Bernadette.
My name is Bjarne Bukto. I got the robe for Faure in 1972.
Happy opening, everybody. My name is James Dybus. I got the robe, received the robe in 1976 for the original company of Pacific Overtures. And then 21 years later in 1997 for the Scarlet Pimpernel.
I'm David Edwards, and I got the robe for a show that originated in the West End by Jeeves.
I'm Roger Preston Smith. I received the robe for Kathy Rigby's Peter Pan. I'm Dale Hensley. I received the robe for the 2010 revival of La Cage aux Folles.
Aaron Albano again. I received the robe for Newsies.
Hi, my name is Angelo Soriano. I received the robe in 2023 for Here Lies.
Hi, I'm Carmen Ruby Floyd. I got the robe for Avenue Q.
And now to present the robe for Stephen Sondheim's old friends, it's my pleasure to hand the ceremony off to Nina LaFarga.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nina LaFarga, and I received the robe for Boop. And I am here to share with you a brief history of the Legacy Robe. The tradition of the robe began in 1950 when Bill Bradley, a chorus dancer and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, asked Florence Baum, another member of the chorus, for her dressing gown. Bill then sent it over to Arthur Partington, a chorus dancer at the Imperial Theater, where Call Me Madam was opening that night with a note proclaiming, this robe had been worn by all the Ziegfeld beauties and would bless their show. A cabbage rose from one of Ethel Merman's gowns was attached to the robe by Arthur, and it was sent on to the opening of the next chorus musical, Guys and Dolls, and a tradition was born. The Legacy Robe is awarded to a member of the chorus who has the most Broadway musical chorus credits. The honored recipient puts on the robe, circles the stage 3 times, counterclockwise, and everyone touches the robe. The recipient, still wearing the robe, then visits all the dressing rooms, and the show is blessed. It is my great pleasure to present the Legacy Robe for Stephen Sondheim's old friends too. Paige Faure! Congratulations. This belongs to you. Thank you. If I may, I am fully aware of how wild it is that I'm wearing the Legacy Robe with so many living legacies on this stage right now. And for the ones that are building their legacy, I say, I have worked every contract on Broadway. I've had my face plastered on the side of buildings. I have been a vacation swing, on-stage coverage, off-stage coverage, principal, ensemble, everything. It does not matter what role you're doing, as long as you're creating magic. And this old friends company, you are making so much magic. It is an honor to witness and to support and to be supported by. So thank you so much for this.
next week, this week, in 2 days actually, the Robe will pass on to a company member in the company of Smash, which is the next chorus musical on opening on Broadway. But for tonight, this Robe is all yours because here we are to celebrate Stephen Sondheim's old friend. So welcome to Broadway!